What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be talking about 10 incredible underrated fragrances from 10 popular designer and niche brands. Now, these fragrances here, as I said, they're, from popular brands, but I think due to new releases that come out, these kind of get pushed to the side or pushed to the back, if you will. But this channel is all about discovering, and just because not many people talk about these fragrances doesn't mean they're great. In fact, all 10 are worth sampling and trying for yourself, and I'm excited to be bringing you this video today, so stay tuned. Welcome back, guys. If you are new, my name is Dave. This channel is all about grooming and fragrance. Don't forget to take a moment, subscribe to the channel. Everybody throw me up a like on the video. Drop some comments down below with your feedback with these fragrances that I'm going to be sharing with you today, or just fragrances that need more love, right? That's what this is all about. Fragrances that need more love. So if you have any fragrances that need more love, drop those in the comment section as well. Don't forget to turn on all notifications and be a real one. Share this video out with anyone that you know could find me entertaining and my knowledge useful. With that said and out of the way, let's carry on to the list. Let's get it. The house of Tom Ford has many hits. We're talking about Tobacco Vanille, Noir de Noir, Fougère d'Argent. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. Costa Azzurra. I could be here all day naming off fragrances. One that nobody ever talks about. I really think the only people that ever talked about this fragrance on a consistent basis was, rest in peace, BFL, and myself. He actually turned me on to this one right here. This is Tom Ford's Black Orchid Parfum. I love this one. Boozy, rum, or cognac. Can't remember which boozy note is in here. Rum or cognac, so sweet, boozy, fruity. I get a dry, fruity presence here as well. Some florals, some floral nuances. And you have this beautiful patchouli note here, adding a bit of depth, complexity, and earthy qualities to the fragrance as well. It's fruity. I think there's plum in here. Just very seductive type of fragrance. You could definitely pull this off on a date night or anytime you really want to pull for this profile. It is pretty strong and intense. It's a flanker to the original Black Orchid Parfum, which came out many moons ago. This one was launched in 2020, I believe, but the original had darker floral tones and combine or fuse that with earthy, patchouli. So you have patchouli here again, darkened up, modernized a bit with the rum, with the dried fruits, with the plum. This stuff is simply fantastic, guys. If you are a fan of Tom Ford and you haven't experienced this, you need to try it. It's a great one. And again, this one is Black Orchid Parfum. So if you caught my video from yesterday, you heard me speak about the brand Memo Paris, where I featured their fragrance, African Leather. Well, this is another fragrance from that leather collection, Cœur Nomade. This fragrance here flies under the radar. Actually, the leather fragrances outside of African leather are all great, but this one I'm going to be talking about is Italian leather. I absolutely love this fragrance. Shout out to An Average Joe right here on YouTube for putting me onto this fragrance here. So when this fragrance opens up, it opens up very green. You have tomato leaf. You have a number of other green aromatic components. I believe cypress is in here as well. If not, I get a cypress green aromatic feel from the fragrance. But really the magic happens in the dry down, where you are met with this chalk-like powdery iris, right? Chalk in the way that it's dry. It's dry, chalky in texture, not in smell. Powdery iris. You also have leather here. This stuff is amazing. No, this doesn't go into Dior Homme intense territory. It does its own thing. This is going to be closely, or it will closely resemble Iris Molokon from Maison Crivelli. But even then, this one does its own thing. It's its own fragrance, and it is fantastic. To me, this is all centered around three notes: the iris, the leather, and that tomato leaf. That tomato leaf really does that green tomato leaf feel, hangs around in the fragrance for the entirety of the scent while it's on skin. I get about 8 to 10 hours on this stuff. Great performer, great smelling fragrance, guys. Check this one out from Memo Paris when you have the time to. Italian leather. Nishane is a brand that's known for its masterpieces. Nishane Hacivat. We have B612. Those are just, a couple of examples that come to mind. Now, when I was thinking about underrated, I could have went with Ambra Calabria, I could have went with Caragos, which is on its way to my house at this time. Since I don't have that fragrance, I decided to feature this one here. This is Ege from Nishane. Many people are sleeping on this one. Guys, you need to try this, man. Try this. It is fresh. It is aquatic. It's mint. The mint here does not smell like toothpaste. It's a very realistic, natural smelling mint. It has a bit of a cooling effect to it. If you could imagine drinking a glass of water, or maybe you squeeze some lemon and lime into it, and you have that fresh mint in there, just, adding to that mixture. That's what I get off of this one. Super fresh, invigorating type of scent here. Very easy to wear, very easy to understand. It's palatable. It's powerful, but it's not like Nishane Hacivat powerful. It's not like that. It's not super beast mode. It's a very intense wear. But you could go a little bit trigger happy with this. 6-7 sprays you could do. Maybe 8 if you're really feeling froggy. A great fragrance, guys. You must check this one out. Very, Mediterranean coastal line kind of comes to mind here with Ege. A great fragrance, guys. Check this one out from Nishane Ege. I'm going to be talking about the House of Kayali now. When it comes to the House of Kayali, the only time you really hear about this house is when they have new releases. This collection of fragrances, the Oudgasm collection, came out last year. I was very impressed with the entire line of fragrances, so much so that I bought this one and 2 others, but I'm going to be talking about tobacco oud today. Tobacco oud is going to have mandarin, you have wild honey, geranium, vanilla, tobacco, and oud here. The oud is a very easy to understand, a wearable oud. Lots of vanilla in this one, patchouli, tobacco, earthy, herbal sort of tobacco smell in here with the earthy qualities coming from patchouli, a honeyed experience. So what I like about this one, it's not your typical, well, there's a few different things I like about this one. First of all, it's not going to be your typical tobacco vanilla combo. There's other nuances happening here than just the tobacco and vanilla. What I really love about this is it's a great alternative to Tom Ford's Tobacco Oud Intense or just the regular Tobacco Oud. This one does have a bit of getting back to Kayali's Tobacco Oud, this does have a bit of a rosy presence. Sometimes geranium is used to enhance or can give off, I shouldn't say enhance, I should say give off a rosy quality. I get a green rosy quality with this, and I'm going to attribute that to geranium. Or maybe they're just using rose in this as well. A fantastic wearing fragrance. If you are new to ouds and or you're newer, or maybe you just don't really like the other, kind of funky tendencies that natural ouds have. Not saying that this is synthetic oud. I'm just saying it's not as barnyardy or as off-putting as some ouds could be. This is a very palatable and easy to wear oud, and just a great fragrance overall. This again, just wanted to smell it one more time, is Tobacco Oud from Kayali, part of the Oudgasm collection. When I say the fragrance Naxos, which brand comes to mind? Yeah, Xerjoff. So here was a tough one. It was a tricky one because, I own so many from the brand, but I feel like most of what I have, you already have heard of. Now, there was a toss-up with this house between the fragrance I'm actually going to be talking about and Richwood. Richwood is this beautiful Mysore sandalwood, patchouli, earthy fragrance. It's a woody chypre style fragrance, and it's absolutely stunning, but it is very, very expensive, and I was doing some searching online, and it's very hard to find, even at discounters, so I decided to show Uden from the Shooting Stars collection. So the Shooting Stars collection, from the ones that I own, I have now Uden, and I also have Neil and Kobe. All fantastic. This one is great. Oftentimes compared to Chanel's Edition Blanche, I definitely get that comparison because here you have this tart, zesty lemon note. I get more of a lemon zest than I do, like freshly squeezed lemon. So more of a lemon zest quality here. Definitely get vanilla, musk. So right there you could think to yourself, Chanel's Edition Blanche. Now what this has that separates itself from that fragrance is it has coffee, and it also has vetiver, which gives it this earthy feel right into the fragrance. So it's fresh, citrusy, sparkly, a little maybe aldehydic even. At times can be aldehydic. It's floral. You have the vanilla, as I mentioned, and the earthy touches from the coffee vetiver. This stuff is just amazing, guys. It is a fantastic smelling fragrance. And, you know, with Chanel's Edition Blanche, that one there is about a 3 to 4 hour fragrance. This is an 8-hour fragrance here. 7 to 8 hours is what I've been getting from it. Great projection, great sillage. I absolutely love the profile of this one. Smells great, long lasting, and it's just fantastic, guys. Definitely check this one out. Again, from the Shooting Stars collection from Xerjoff. This is Uden. Moving on to the House of Creed. Creed is famous for dropping new fragrances, and those are the only ones you ever hear talked about. So this brand requires some digging, right? You have to do some digging and find out what works for you. And one that I found in my exploration of the house that works for me is Bois de Portugal right here. I freaking love this stuff. This is amazing. So nowadays, not that I have a problem with it, but nowadays, when you think of like these modern fougères, they pretty much smell like a fresh, clean, you know, man, fresh out of the shower kind of cleanliness vibe. No problem with that at all. I love those fragrances. Talk about them on a pretty consistent basis, actually. This is, it does have an old school vibe to it, or an old soul aura about it. But this smells like a well-groomed, handsome gentleman. If you're not a handsome gentleman, then just smell like one, I guess. I'm just kidding. This is all about bergamot. There's a mandarin or a blood orange. I can't remember the note exactly. Basically, it opens up with this fresh blast of citrus ingredients, right? And then you have a bit of geranium, giving it this bitter green feel. So bitter green, stemmy quality is what I get from the geranium here. You have patchouli, you have cedarwood, you have a nice dose of lavender here. So a nice barbershop touch to it, very masculine and earthy and rugged, and just smells very like a well-groomed gentleman is what this one smells like. It is Creed's Fougère. So this has the makings of a great fougère fragrance with the earthy qualities, the soapy lavender, the citrus touches, as I mentioned. This is simply fantastic. And this particular batch, which I believe is from 2019, is extremely strong. Yes, this is a 2019 batch. Very strong stuff. I only go about 2-3 sprays on this. That's why it's pretty full here. I used a little bit of it, but pretty full because I don't need much with this one. I can't speak on newer formulations of the fragrance. Guys, find yourself a sample, a decant with this, a bottle, whatever, you know, as long as you're testing first. If you love old school classic style fragrances, or you just want to smell like a well-groomed gentleman, try Bois de Portugal. It is that good. The House of Bvlgari doesn't have as many, you know, hits as it does as, you know, the other houses that I talked about. But this is one that I discovered pretty late into the year last year. Now, it was like the around the summertime. So, yeah, we were already 6 months into the year at that point. This is Bvlgari Pour Homme. Bvlgari Pour Homme is this very clean, refreshing fragrance. It has loads of citruses in here. It's a very citrus-focused fragrance, but then you have this beautiful tea note in here, met with some aquatic touches. So it is like you're kind of freshly brewing tea, like a lemon zinger style tea. This stuff is amazing. It is one of those like happy fragrances, puts a smile on your face. At least it puts a smile on my face. It's very light wearing. About 3 to 4 hours is what I get off of this. I don't care though. That doesn't bother me that the fragrance doesn't last that long, because it is fresh and citrusy and invigorating and uplifting, and just one of the best representations or the best utilizations of tea note that I've smelled from a fragrance that was better put than what the hell I was trying to say before that. Guys, Bvlgari Pour Homme is amazing. Now, I know a lot of you love, you know, your powerful, potent fragrances, but you don't always have to have beast mode powerful fragrance to appreciate a wearing experience. At least I don't, and that's why I love wearing this stuff. It is just that good. Definitely get yourself, get your nose on this stuff here from Bvlgari. This is Bvlgari Pour Homme. The House of Prada, another very popular designer house. This one just nobody talks about anymore, and I get it. It saw its shine. People on YouTube were talking about it, but this one needs more love because nobody's talking about it now. This, of course, is Prada Amber Pour Homme. Prada is one of the best fragrance houses when it comes to fresh, soapy, clean scents, and that's exactly what this is. They target this one to men, but this is unisex to me. Anybody could pull this one off. This one is citrusy. It's soap. It smells like a luxury hand soap is kind of the vibe I get here. I get something lightly aldehydic as well going on. Aldehydes, I don't believe, are credited here. I think you get an ozonic violet leaf note that's credited here. If not, there is definitely an ozonic quality to this because I get something that smells of crisp air in here. Fantastic. Lovely, lovely fragrance that just is damn good. It is damn good. It performs great. Get about 6-7 hours out of this, almost an entire workday. And it just is one of those sort of dumb reach fragrances that you could just spray on and know that you smell fresh, clean, and amazing. And it leaves a great trail too. The trail on this is very intoxicating, guys. Definitely check this one out. It's hard to find in stores. If you could find this in stores, definitely try it. Even order yourself a decant or a sample. But the point of this entire video is get out there and discover, especially this one here from the house of Prada. It's Prada's Amber Pour. The house of Chanel needs no introduction. I could sit here or stand here and talk about how many hits they have. Nobody talks about Pour Monsieur. This stuff is amazing. I absolutely love this, guys. Think spring. Fresh green, that's what you have here. You have fresh greens. You have a bit of a barbershop quality, something powdery and barbershop-like in here. Dry woodiness, think vetiver, maybe a green patchouli in here. This is a very green, very spring style fragrance. That's what it reminds me of. It's amazing. If you're looking for something fresh and green, lightly aromatic and powdery, reminiscent to a barbershop style fragrance, you have to try this, guys. Pour Monsieur is just so good. And it's a shame that nobody really talks about this fragrance anymore because it definitely deserves your attention and love. This is extremely versatile, perfect for the office. It's going to be one of those, once again, like well-groomed, handsome gentleman is something that comes to mind. But unlike Bois de Portugal, which I just spoke about a moment ago, this is going to be a little bit more modern than that, though there is still this classic modernity to the fragrance. It's not as mature leaning as Bois de Portugal from Creed. Guys, if you love green masculine scents, fresh on the fresh side, this is one to check out right here. Again, from Chanel, this is Pour Monsieur. Ending the list right here from the house of Hermès, this is H24 Eau de Parfum. I love this stuff, guys. This is amazing. You have that fresh metallic feel that you had in the the original. It's carried over here, except here it's a little bit more woody and spicy and ambery too, right? So there's a lot of warmth here. There are warm touches that give this fragrance a little bit more depth because the original, the Eau de Toilette, was more light and airy and fluffy, and that's kind of how it wore on skin, right? This one is a little bit more thick, a bit more dense. There is still an airiness to the scent, but again, it's just on the thicker side. With this one here, I get about 6 to 8 hours, somewhere in that range. The performance here is not a problem at all. It's not a beast or anything. It's just the performance is a lot better than the original. This is a line that I absolutely love. Nobody talks about this one anymore, and we need to put some more love and more shine on this line overall. The H24 line is really, really great, and I really love this one. This is going to be fantastic for winter, for fall. You could wear this all year long, but fall, winter, spring mainly are the seasons that I enjoy wearing H24 Eau de Parfum in. Now, this, again, very versatile. Fresh, clean. You could wear it into the office, special occasions, date nights, whatever. This is an inoffensive smell. So if you like a little bit of a metallic feel with some warmer components along with some earthy touches, and you have amber in here for warmth, and you also have that kind of aquatic, fresh feel that the original had, you need to check out H24 Eau de Parfum from Hermès. All right, guys, that's the end of the video today. I gave you 10 underrated fragrances from popular niche and designer brands. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, let me know down below by hitting that like button, commenting. I'd love to know what some of your favorite underrated fragrances are, or just underappreciated. And they don't have to be from popular brands, just fragrances that you would like to hear more people talking about. Let us know down in that comment section below, guys. I'll see you very soon in another video, and until that time comes, don't forget to take care of yourself and each other. I'll see you guys very soon. I love you, man. Peace.